Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back on this beautiful Sunday evening to Divine Healing Poetry. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe and go ahead and like this video because it's gonna be filled with wonderful things. And you never want to miss the opportunity to heal yourself, right? To become a little aware of the different types of abuse, because I know with my experience, I had no clue that I was even in an abusive relationship, because for some of us, we grow up with parents who are abusive and we think it's normal, for the way that they're treating us. We think it's normal to be disrespected, to be talked down to. Like, we know it doesn't feel good, but we think that that's normal. So please don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss a moment to become more aware of abuse, domestic violence, and help heal your mind so that you can shift your mental health to more positive, loving, high vibrational thoughts. I told you guys last week I was going to be reading some poetry from my book. I have it here, Beautifully Dead. If you are interested, want to get a copy so you can read more of my poetry, if you head on over to my Instagram, Art Equals Poetry with 2 Y's, the link for my book is in my bio. Go ahead and get that. Well, first I'm just going to intro y'all into what we're going to be talking about today. So one thing that I experienced being in an abusive relationship with a narcissist was, once, even in that relationship, he isolated me from friends, from family, always telling me that no one cared about me. He's the only one that cared about me. He's the only one that loved me. And which we know is not true. Funny way of showing it. But isolation is a big form of control that they empower, that they like to dominate over their source. And for one, it's because they have low self-esteem. They lack self-esteem as well. And also, it is a way of them creating this idea that their supply, their source is isolated. It's a way of them taking their support system. It's a way of them invoking their power onto the other person. And so a lot of times, whether if you're in the relationship with them or if you leave the relationship, they will put other people against you. And what my ex did was, once I left him, and I should have known better, but forgive myself. You live and you learn. My mom's older daughter, when I first moved to Las Vegas with her, she literally stabbed me. And I could laugh about it now because it's funny, it's wild when you think about it. Like, literally, I still have the scars. She stabbed me twice in my back. I should have known then, right? That, and even growing up, she used to be so, physically abusive towards me. Crazy. But when you're growing up and your mom is abusive towards you, you think it's normal, you think it's okay. And so, I remember one time as kids, she pushed me into this big glass mirror. I had glass stuck in my elbow. Wild. And then when I was 19 and I moved to Vegas, we got into this big argument. She let people steal all of my clothes, all of my shoes. They steal all my stuff, y'all. Like, I literally had probably like 3 shirts, a couple pairs of jeans, and the shoes that were on my feet. Like, they even stole my underwear. That's how crazy that was. Like, either she threw it away or they stole the underwear as well. But she told me that she let them come in and steal my stuff. So she told me. And so we had got into this big fight. And I remember, because I wanted my ID back, right? I wanted my ID back and my social security card. And I'm telling her, like, give me my stuff. Give me my stuff. And I threatened her with the knife. I'm like, I'm going to throw this knife at you if you don't give me my stuff back. And she's like, I so just jumped right in to talking about. I'm going to stop in a second because I wanted to read the poetry first. But she's like, oh, now we're threatening each other. And I was like, man, come on, you know I'm not about to throw this knife at you. And I put it down. And I'm like, I want my stuff. Like, just give me my stuff. I'm mad. I'm hurt. I'm feeling so betrayed and everything. And we started tussling, and she grabs the knife and she stabbed me in my back 2 times. And so I should have known then, right? But always wanting to see the good in people, always giving people endless amounts of chances to do right by me instead of me putting myself first. And just once that person shows you who they are, moving with that. You know what I'm saying? Treating them that way. It's like, okay, you stabbed me. I got to put you in your place. And now I'm not messing with you no more. I should have known then, but always just feeling like I was just alone. One, because nobody really was ever there for me. My mom was never there how she should have been. My dad was never there. Nobody was ever there for me how they should have been. And then being in that relationship for 17 plus years, him never being there for me how he should have been either. And so I was just feeling alone, like I'm by myself. And then once I left him, still feeling just so much loneliness and just constantly being betrayed, that I finally just had to let a lot of people go who were not worthy of being in my presence, being in my life, being a part of my circle. So I really just had to let a lot of people go. Like, there was a lot of learning that I went through, a lot of revelations that were being presented to me. And so I really had to protect myself and really just worry about myself and my kids, because at the end of the day, that's what's most important. Myself and my children. And that's it. So before I dive deep into what happened once I left my narcissistic ex, I'm going to read the poem. All right, so it's a pretty long poem, so I'm going to get into it now. Again, it's from my book, Beautifully Dead. If you're interested in a copy, it's on Amazon. You can search up Beautifully Dead, Summer Chambliss, or the link is in my bio on my Instagram, art=poetry with 2 eyes. Standing, thinking of all I am missing, so I let the tears fall. Missing my mom, wishing she were here so I'm not fighting alone through it all. A love I yearned for ever since a child. Someone by my side to help me stand tall when I can't seem to bear the weight. To grab my hand when I trip so I won't fall. That love, protection, seeing the world through my eyes type of shit. An invite to dinner with friends who call. A text how you're doing because they really care type of shit. A father for my children who helps and cares, not someone trying to punish me because I left his ass. And he can't see that he's not hurting me. He's fucking up his children, but he's too dumb to see. A sister that has my back and will ride for me against all who try and come for me, you know? A soldier in my army down to take one for me. I mean, shit, I'd do it for her. I mean, only if she really loved me. All that I am lacking, I'm searching deep within, because only now am I realizing that only I can give all that love and protection to me. It comes from no outside source, only from within. So I hug myself tighter, love a little stronger, because what I need no one has for me. So I let the tears fall where they may and tell myself I love you, baby girl. It's all going to be okay. You got this. You're strong. Take a look at all you've gone through, all you've grown through. Don't let what you think you are lacking blind you to all that you are. Fuck those that missed out on such a fucking amazing, great, loving woman you are. Fuck those tears. Keep reminding yourself of all you are. A dope-ass woman they wish they could be. And only ride for those who deserve your love and loyalty. My mind keeps calling your name, not sure why, because my heart doesn't even feel the same. Breakups are tough. We all need someone to blame. Depending on the situation, we can sometimes feel shame. No matter what happens, your heart will ache. Thoughts become consumed and drained. Life becomes boring, unsure of how to be. Figuring out life without them seems mundane. Continuing life without you is causing me pain. So that touched on a lot. Like, I could honestly say this poem tells you so much just about what I was going through at that time. So just giving you a glimpse at just the betrayal that I went through, just feeling alone, feeling like no one really has my back, going through a breakup, again, just like feeling that sense of, why is no one riding for me how I ride? Do you know what I'm saying? And sometimes you could be riding for the wrong people, 100%, and not riding for yourself enough. And that's one thing that I just was not doing, that I had to learn. Like, okay, you know what? This energy that I'm putting into other people and these false relationships, like, I need to just put that into myself and begin riding solely for me. And so the betrayal that I went through with the narcissist, and the reason why they want to isolate you, make you feel a sense of isolation, take away your support system that you think is your support system, is so that, for one, it takes away the idea or the truth, the reality of the situation, that they are really at fault, and it shifts that blame onto the other person. And so that's one thing that I've realized with my ex, is that he always wanted people on his side. He always wanted people. And I'm not that type of person. Like, when something happens, I don't call other people and be like, oh, you know, yada yada this, to try and get them on my side. I know if I'm right or if I'm wrong, you know, but a narcissistic person, they just want people on their side to, for one, isolate you, to take away your support system, and to not shed light onto their shitty ass behavior and the shit that they're doing. Because if they can get other people to believe what they are saying, then it's like they don't have to take accountability for anything. It kind of like boosts their esteem. It makes them feel better about the entire situation, you know? And then it's also something too that they could come back and be like, well, your sister, she don't even believe you, and she said this, she said that, and that's what he was doing. And the way that I found out was, and like I told you, I should have known better from when she stabbed me. Like, I so should have known better. Like, 100% should have known better. But me always being so nice and giving people the benefit of the doubt, I don't do that shit no more. You show me once who you are, that is who you are. And it's up to me if I decide to continue or not. Once you show me that you are not loyal, you are shady, you are a liar, thief, whatever, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And so I should have known. So when I moved to California, she would call me, and this is before I even put my boundaries in place with my ex and everything, just like the no contact, message me on the app, all that. So before I even was like firm in that, my mom's older daughter, she would call me and we would talk, and I was real protective anyway at that time, because it's like I was kind of weeding out all the snakes in my life. And so I was very, very vague on the things that I would share with her, and she could not get a grasp as to why. Because he was knowing things that he shouldn't. I mean, she was knowing things that she shouldn't know. But that's because he was calling her and telling her. And so she would be calling me, asking me like certain type of questions, just being nosy. And I would be like, you know what? I really don't want to talk to you about this. I don't want to talk to you. And she'd be like, well, Summer, you taking the kids away from, like, and just saying all this stuff. And it's just like, what? Come to find out, she was playing both sides. She was really just playing on his side. I ain't even going to say playing both sides of the fence. But she really was just like trying to get information from him to run back and tell him. And he was literally like calling her, calling my mom's other daughter that's younger than me, and just trying to get all of them on his side and take that support system that he thought was my support system away from me. But all you're really doing is just, you're revealing to me that these people are not loyal to me, and that they're really just snakes in my garden, and they need to go. And so I was thankful for that at the end of the day. Like, it was tough going through that. You know, sometimes when certain things happen, you're just like, why? The universe and God is trying to reveal to you that these are snakes in your garden. You need to remove them. You need to take the trash out. And so after realizing that, I was thankful. And it was funny too. Like, it was before, like when I was in it, it was hurting my feelings. But once you realize the type of people that you're dealing with, the narcissist that you're dealing with, it really shows how low that they are. And it also shows you too, like, who loves you and who doesn't love you. And so hearing all the things that, you know, my mom's older daughter would say, like wishing that I got my kids taken away from me, praying that, you know, I would lose the custody battle, like just all of that. It was just like, you are really not for me, no matter how much you try. Like, and even last year when I tried to have a relationship with my mom's younger daughter, my mom's older daughter would tell my mom's younger daughter to tell me, oh, tell her I'm sick, tell her this, tell her I love her, tell her I miss her, and all this other kind of stuff. You don't love me. I'm sure you miss me. Yeah, 100% you miss me, of course. I'm dope as fuck. I'm amazing. The light that I carry within me, you want that. You can't have that, and you are not welcome in my circle. You're not welcome around me. None of that, because you are disloyal, you're not trustworthy, and I'm good. Like, you've shown me too many times who you are, and I don't want that in my life, you know? Like, and so it was just, and now even with like my mom's younger daughter, I would tell her so many times, don't answer his calls, don't talk to him. I'm being real protective over my space. Like, I need to get through court, get these custody papers, get everything in line, and then, you know, we can move forward. Because right now, with the previous experiences of him always taking the kids from me, not letting me see them, I don't know myself through that again. Like, I just need these to finish with this custody case, get these papers in order, so that way I have protection, you know? And so I would tell her, like, man, don't answer his calls. Don't, like, you don't need to talk to him. You're supposed to be my sister, not his. She was still answering his calls, y'all. Still talking to him in line, like, oh, it just says 7:02. Really? Like, okay. And so even then, I had to just distance myself from her. And it's just like, you will really, when you leave a narcissist, you will really learn who has your back, who really supports you, who really is going to ride for you. And I can honestly say, the one, like, even with friends, the one and only true person that rode for me then, rides for me now, is my sister Brandy and my brother and their kids. Like, they will ride for my kids. They will have my back. They ride for me. And those are the only people I trust. Like, that's it, 100%, because they've shown me time and time again, like, we got your back. We love you. We love those kids. We got your back. And so he knows better than to try to mess. And it's so funny because I'm just thinking the situations that happen. But he know better not to mess with him, because when I say my sister Randy, she will have him talking in just like, okay, you know, I don't even want to talk to you no more. Like, she will cut him down to size, and that should be so funny. But it's like, when you're dealing with a narcissist, it is going to be a time of revelation in your life. The universe, God, is going to reveal to you those who support you, those who ride for you, those who love and care for you, and those who don't. And it will also instill within yourself a strong sense of self-love, self-care, self-protection, and you will then get to know yourself, because they've torn you down to nothing. And so it's going to be a time of rebuilding. And I am still in that process of, like, rebuilding myself into this woman that I've always wanted to be, who I've always known myself to be. And so you are going to feel lonely. You are going to feel like nobody loves you, nobody cares about you. You're going to learn how to give that to yourself. And the way you give that to yourself is you stop seeking it from outside sources, and you learn how to give yourself that feeling. And that's one thing I learned in therapy. It's how to give myself that feeling, because you guys know, my mom, my dad passed away. I don't have any other family outside of my sister and my brother and their nieces and nephews. And so it's really just me and my kids. And so it's just that I had to learn to give that to myself and stop seeking it from other people. And that's how you form unhealthy relationships, because you then just attach yourself to just anything that comes along. And you have to stop doing that. So you're going to go through a time of where you're just alone. You're going to be sad. You're going to be crying. And all that is okay. Validate, honor those feelings. And then at the end of the day, give yourself love. Give yourself that good feeling. Tell yourself it's okay. I forgive you. People go through things. Everything is a learning experience. And it is okay. And so I really had to forgive myself for giving so many unworthy and undeserving people so many chances to be and give what I gave to them and what I was for them. Instead, it was just like, okay, I need to forgive myself, and I forgive myself for giving so much to other people and not giving it to me. So now, instead of giving that to other people, I give that to myself. I give myself love. I give myself protection. I ride for me before anybody else. I love myself before anybody else. I protect myself before anybody else. And that is how you get over that. That is how you begin to heal from that. And it's okay. Like I always tell you guys, it's okay. You're going to fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And that is okay. Everything is a lesson. It's something you can learn and grow from. So that way the next time it rolls around, you're like, oh, I've seen this before. This is very familiar. So I'm not going to behave, react, or do what I did last time. I'm going to do this now. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to pause. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to give that all to me. And even with, don't go looking for no sorries from nobody. Don't go looking for apologies from anyone. Give that to yourself. Give it all to you. Give yourself forgiveness. Give yourself those apologies. And like I said, when those situations come around again to see if you learned that lesson, be aware, pause, and move forward differently. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey today with the little story time and the poem. Don't forget, it is available on Amazon, Beautifully Dead. If you head on over to my Instagram, Art Equals Poetry with 2 eyes, it is available. The link is in my bio. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey today. Don't forget, you guys are all amazing, wonderful, beautiful souls, beautiful spirits, beautiful lights. Continue to vibrate high. Continue to love yourself. Continue healing yourself. Don't forget, you're amazing. I love you all. Have a good night.